Hey there, welcome back to Mommy Reboot TV. I'm your host, Jody Agard. Live from the car, we are talking about Self-Care 911 and chilling the F out. First of all, if you're wondering what my shirt says, it says "You Matter," because that is the truth. And I'm doing it in the car because, hello, quiet space, right? Kids at home. Okay, so here's the deal. Is that it feels super uncomfortable to chill the F out, especially when you're in a crisis. And also, it is so needed right now. And how you know that it's really uncomfortable is think back to the last time that you actually sat and did nothing. How uncomfortable did you feel? Like, how anxious did you feel? How much did that mind tell you to get up and do something, like anything? So that is just an indicator that for right now, it feels really uncomfortable. And so what happens, especially us moms, we just keep going and 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 going until we get so burnt out that we just flop into bed and pass the heck out. And then, if you look back in the day, maybe you're more cranky or irritable or whatever. Whereas if you just chill the hell out, it would be a much easier, brighter journey/day. And here's a thought. Like, what if instead of downing an extra 3, 4, 5, 6 cups of coffee, instead you just gave yourself permission just to maybe have an extra cup of coffee, but then also just when you got tired, just to rest, just to chill the F out, just to sit on your couch for 5 freaking minutes and just chill. Like, what if you just closed your eyes? What if you just set your alarm for 10, 15, even 5 minutes, and you just closed your eyes because you were so tired? I'm definitely hearing that amongst moms right now, is that there's this level of exhaustion, but like in their mind, they're like, yeah, but I'm at home and I'm not doing a whole lot. I'm just like taking care of the kids and taking care of the house. And like, why am I so exhausted? I'm not running around as much as I was. Like, why am I so exhausted? And the reason is because you are in the midst of a crisis. There are studies coming out right now saying that there's going to be many people who are going to suffer from PTSD. And, that's a real thing. So you have to just remember that we're kind of living in a trauma right now, even though we might feel calm, we might feel good about things. We're not so scared. Maybe we're not freaking out. But at the same time, we're living in a different world right now. There is a crisis going on, and it doesn't matter if it is someone who's just fallen sick or has gotten a new scary diagnosis, or you're dealing with someone, dealing with a death. Maybe someone died. All of those things warrant the quote unquote crisis. And we are certainly in one of those right now. And so we have to treat it as such. And that's why I'm calling this Self-Care 911 in a crisis, because we are, and the same self-care that we did before coronavirus will not apply in this season of life. We have to be so much more gentle and kinder and softer and more compassionate with ourselves, and just relax and give ourselves permission to just chill the heck out. Chill the F out. That's it. Like, just recharge, reset, relax. There's actually countries around the world who already do this. It's called siestas, and I know in Italy they do it. That at a certain time of day, the cities all shut down and everyone goes home and takes naps and does all these things. And they're not the only country. There's like a dozen of other countries that actually do it. And it's really smart. And they're doing it because they know the benefits of it. They know that recharging your batteries is going to be so beneficial. And it might feel really counterintuitive, especially when you've got homeschooling, especially when you have more meals, especially when you have more cleaning up, especially when you have everyone crying and needing something from you. There might be this little whisper in the back of your mind, or maybe not, someone screaming at you going, no, what are you doing? You do not have freaking time to be sitting on this freaking couch right now. Like, you lazy bum. What are you doing? This is insane. I don't care what Jody says. It's insane. You have no business just ignoring the laundry. There's dishes in the sink. Are you kidding? Blah, blah, blah. That voice is just nonstop, especially when, we're living in a season right now where we're dealing with a lot of things. And guess what? All of those things, go back and listen to the video prior to this about priorities. All of those things, that laundry is not as important as just recharging your batteries, because when you sit and you chill the F out and you rest and you recharge, or maybe you take a nap with the kids, what happens is after you come out of that 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30, 45, an hour, whatever it is, you will be able to approach things so much easier and with more clarity and with more patience and with more compassion. If your kid's having a meltdown on the floor, you're not going to be as reactive as you would have been if you just given yourself that 5 minutes of just resting or closing your eyes or just sitting on the couch and chilling the F out. It's really true. So what I would say, and what I would challenge you to do, is practice that for the next 3 days. Practice this idea of chilling the F out no matter what else is on your plate. And again, my number one principle is that it does not have to be complicated. It does not have to take you forever. You could most certainly sit on the couch and snuggle up with one of your kids, or just snuggle up by yourself and just take a couple deep breaths for literally 2 minutes, and you will feel so much better. But the key is though, when you're in that 2 minutes, when you are resting and you are chilling the F out, no matter how long you're doing it, what you're doing is you're just letting go. You're just letting go of the to-dos, the shoulds, and just completely surrender and just be in the moment. Like, just breathe a sigh of relief that for right now, for these 2 minutes that you have to yourself, nothing else matters. And there's nothing more important. Nothing. There's nothing you have to do. That all those things that you think that you have to get done will get done. But after these 2 minutes, after these couple of minutes of just chilling the F out. So remember, it does not have to be for a long time. And those 1 or 2 minutes are just as impactful as the 30, 45 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever, an hour. Just as impactful. But the key is to make sure that you're letting go and you're just giving yourself full permission just to surrender and just to breathe. And just to be like, you know what, right now, nothing else matters. And this is all about me. And I'm just going to recenter because I'm tired. Or I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to set my alarm clock for 15 minutes. And just in case if I fall asleep, and watch what happens. Watch what happens when you let go of this idea that you have to constantly keep moving. You don't have to constantly keep moving. Not right now. That might have been the way that you operated before. It just doesn't work so much right now. Especially if you're getting tired and you're getting irritable and you're feeling overwhelmed and you're feeling all the things, just chill the F out. Just do what that whisper is telling you. Like, oh my gosh, I would love to take a break. Oh my gosh, I would love just to relax. I would love just to let go. I would love to not have a million different things on my to-do list right now. Well, guess what? You do. You can do that. You can do those things. You can relax. You can just forget about it for now. So just remember that. Okay, so I would say give yourself like a 3-day challenge. Just practice this for the next 3 days. That's it. Just practice for the next 3 days and see what happens. And I can guarantee you that there will be magic. You will be like, wow, I actually ended up accomplishing so much more. And there's actually this Buddhist principle that I absolutely love and really try to live by. And it's basically that doing nothing is doing something. And the story that they told was about a monk who was watching these birds, these baby birds, fall down out of a tree because they just weren't ready to fly yet. And the kids around in the neighborhood were going and, quote unquote, saving them, taking care of them. And they were bringing them into their house. And then these baby birds were dying. And what the monk noticed later was that the birds that were left alone on the ground, mama bird was coming down and feeding the baby birds. And so they were surviving. And then they got up and they flew when they were ready. And so look at that. Look at that, just that story. Doing nothing is actually doing something. And so shift your belief a little bit about what nothing is, because in the nothingness, in doing quote unquote nothing, you're recharging your batteries. You're doing something. It's not doing nothing. It's everything, right? So just keep that in mind. Okay. I hope you have a marvelous day. And if you're not already a member of our Mommy Reboot Facebook group, we would love to have you. And yeah, take care of yourself. And more importantly, chill the F out, girl.